Yeah, Marvel Snap's newest card is Death Fractured Frontier, and she's kind of like a Hela for destroy decks, which I think is really scary to say out loud. You're like, oh god, that sounds like it's going to be so powerful and so annoying. But after playing this one today and actually looking at the super early data for Death Fractured Frontier, I don't really think this is going to be a problem as it stands currently. In other words, this card struggled for me today, and I'm not alone. This has a negative 0.2 average cube rate and a 45% win rate right now. So at the moment, no one is cracking the code on Death Fractured Frontier. And I think there's a couple problems. Number one, this just takes more work than a card like Hela. You know, you have to spend energy playing things out to then also spend energy to destroy those things, right? So unlike, you know, Hela, where you're just playing a Lady Sif or whatever, that's doing the job for you. You don't have to spend the energy on the thing that's getting resurrected. It just gets pulled back for free, right? So this is more of a kind of a two-part higher energy commitment process. And then also Death has the same problem as Hela, which is just summoning in random spots is crazy chaotic, and sometimes that just backfires and all of your cards go in one spot. You completely miss somewhere else. I would argue it's even more problematic in this deck because sometimes like one big Infinite from Hela can still just steal a location. With Death, your things aren't necessarily that big, so it really, you know, lopsided results on Death can be even more of an issue. On top of that, it's just like a deck construction challenge. And when I was planning out decks for Death today, I had like 4 or 5 different ideas. Number one is this one, which is kind of in the Phoenix Force Resurrection mold, where you play some big on reveal cards. And then when you resurrect those on reveals get to go off again, giving you kind of multiple layers of those on reveals for even bigger and bigger stats. You know, your first Sage might hit for 8. Then you resurrect her, she hits for another 12 or whatever. You get a 20 power Sage. And thankfully, when destroying those cards with stuff like Kid Omega, Fastball Special, or Venom, you still get to lock in the front half of those stats. So it's not like you're wasting the first time you've played it. You're making those stats permanent and then getting to reactivate them, which, like in Firehair 2 is another way to lock in those stats, although I barely feel like I drew Firehair today at all. So like in theory, all of that makes a lot of sense, right? That's idea number one. I was also thinking about like Nimrod stuff. Nimrod, when he dies, he makes copies, so you can still resurrect the base Nimrod. There's something there. There's cool like on reveal resurrects with the sort of mill package as well, where you're maybe deleting your opponent's deck or deleting their cards in some cases. I think there are angles on that one. I wanted to play with some like combo stuff with like Supergiant into Death into Destroyer. I thought that might be a really cool idea. There are a variety of potential ways to play Death, and it looks like the early data people are experimenting with those, but none of them seem to be working, and that's why these stats right now are so bad. So I, at the moment, don't know if anybody's going to crack the code on a good Death deck. It might come together. I don't want to write it off because it is just like sometimes she summons you 40 points in stats, and like sometimes a 40-point dump of stats is really, really good, but is the juice worth the squeeze in this instance where it just takes so much work and so many sacrifices from a deck construction standpoint that it's tough? I was like, you know, thinking about a regular destroy deck too, but you can't really run stuff like Carnage or Deathlock because when those get resurrected off Death, they can just delete your stats. You need to use stuff like Venom, Kid Omega, or Fastball Special, where those destroy effects aren't going to potentially ruin you because they don't do anything when resummoned, or when resummoned, they just preserve your stats on board. So that kind of limits you already a little bit from a deck construction standpoint. So this is one of those cards where it's like, man, the ceiling does seem super, super high, but it's just going to take a perfect deck list and a perfect meta, because frankly, also stuff like Cosmo just ruins you in this deck. I ran into way too many Cosmos today. Not only can it stop Death, of course, but like, you know, just all your little effects along the way. A well-timed Cosmo can just ruin your plans. Locations are weirdly interruptive too sometimes, just because you need like certain positioning demands and stuff. So all that's tough. It is nice that Death is sort of a counter to Thanos destroying your cards, but so are other things sometimes too, right? There were even instances where I was like, dude, I think Firelord's just better than Death because I know where the card I'm resurrecting is going to go. And it's like, I really need the Sage to go left. I'd rather play Firelord, and I just forced the Death instead because it's the new card. But All in all, like, I'm gonna try more stuff. I'm not giving up just yet. And by the way, this deck is definitely not perfect. Arnim Zola has no business being in here. You should totally cut this if you try this idea. I didn't play a single Arnim Zola. Red Wolf also pretty shaky. Like, I wanted another cheap on reveal to resurrect, but he's just really not the strongest. So, no, by no means is this deck perfect, but I also know if you change those two cards, you're not suddenly going to have a home run deck. So I don't know that this angle is the right angle either. It's just going to take refinement, experimentation, and I think you're still going to end up with an average card at best, not a crazy one. Just to circle back on the data on this one, I went 6 and 7 with this deck, a 46% win rate, which honestly, dude, like a couple Cosmos screwed me out of wins, yeah, but that was a tough 6 and 7 too, like a hard fought 6 and 7. It's not one of those where I felt like I got totally ripped off and I should have been, like 8 and 5 or whatever. That's an honest representation. 46% felt accurate for this deck. So I know I've been yapping a lot, but just a lot to say about this card, because I think a lot of people are hyped about this one. I think it's really interesting and it's got potential. It's just going to take something really, really special to unlock that potential, as far as I can tell, and as you're about to see. All right, missed the Red Wolf, but no big deal. But it's given us a Time Stone. Honestly, like, I don't know. What do we even throw over there? We could put a Kid Omega, Fastball Special. Oh, actually, Magic would be pretty sweet to go there. Let's get the Fire Hair loaded up. Camelot's pretty risky for that, so let's not do that. Let's go Cassandra Nova. Everybody's playing Thanos today, by the way. It's kind of wild. Cassandra Nova wants to go mid, I guess, but Camelot, I mean, I guess by the time Camelot comes along, we've probably destroyed her, right? I mean, technically not always, though. You don't really want to give them a Sage, though. I mean, I guess Danger Room's fine. It's not good for Venom, but, like, it's fine, whatever. Like, maybe we want Danger Room to go off. It'd be great if it hit. For once, I want Danger Room to activate, which means it never will, but... Crystal, okay. We do unfortunately find the Venom immediately after not wanting to. But this lets you Venom mid if you want. I mean, this Castle Zemo Camelot combo is just killing me right now, dude. It's killing me. How does Fire Hair? No, she really doesn't work. I'm just dying right now to these. This Fire Hair is just utter garbage right now. I guess Death resurrects her, though, which is kind of cool, maybe, sort of. Not really. I don't even know what to do with that, right? Like... That doesn't really seem to help because I'm not going to have a second round of destroys. Well, I could on turn 6. I could do like an Arnim Zola or something and have the Fire Hair go off, maybe. I mean, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to play the Venom and it's finally going to get destroyed, but it's still kind of okay with Death, right? That's the thing, is we have sort of Danger Room immunity here, which is fun. Like, that's pretty cool. And I guess we will just throw them the Red Wolf left to give us more flexibility at this stage, right? Or maybe even Kid Omega, because I won't have time to Kid Omega anyway. It's just a body. So then, yeah, you go Venom here, and I guess you just rip the Death and pray to God it somehow wins. Yeah. Even if Venom gets destroyed here, like, that's fine. Yeah, this is definitely the move. You just spam the Death and pray, man. You just got a lot of points getting unearthed out of nowhere. Iron Patriot, yeah, it's good. They got 15 points mid here, kind of for free almost. Like, that's pretty good. Like, a lot of their top decks are going to be kind of bad too, which is nice. Destroy this one. That's the one that matters, man. Nice. No Strange Supreme buff there either now, I think. Kid Omega locking them up a little bit left, but they don't really care too much. Even if Venom gets destroyed, like we said, for once we're okay with it. It's fine. He doesn't, that's also fine. So I think we have to play Death. You go left. I guess you go Death left. Yeah. Is Firelord technically safer? Kind of, because you can control the points. Like, if you go Firelord right, you get a guaranteed 18 plus 4. You get a guaranteed 22 points with Firelord, and you would even get, you know, more than that with Fastball Special. Well, no, not really more, I guess. Red Wolf would technically give you... It's honestly better. It's honestly better, but I obviously am going to play the new card, and we're just going to watch it lose, and I'm going to lose my mind. Everything's going to go right here. I know how this goes. Like, this is the problem, though, right? Is I would actually just be better off with Firelord. Thanos, if it destroys Venom, we don't care. It's actually good. Death is better again. I made the right call. It would be almost impossible to lose now. Almost impossible. Almost impossible. Okay, that's a win right. There's no Venom right. No Venom right. Venom anywhere's fine. Venom left is great. Almost impossible, but not actually impossible. Did Death resurrect herself? Mid-cycle? Venom came up. He ate mid-cycle and she moved herself mid. Resurrected herself. Didn't they make a change to that recently, actually? I remember them doing something in the patch notes talking about that. Like, we were talking about it in the context of Hela or something at the time, where, like, Hela would, like, check the pool midway through or something. Oh, my God. That is sick. Because you basically got 8 free points there, right? Because Venom ate the Death, and then Death still came out again, which won mid. Like, oh, my God, that's cool. I didn't know that worked that way, but that's actually really cool. That game was weird, but it worked out. I mean, the Fire Hair did not go as planned, right? Obviously, we would have preferred to play our cards elsewhere, but both Castle Zemo and the mid location kind of screwed us on that front, so. All right, Red Wolf early. That is just, these guys just love to be in hand on turn 1 announcing themselves, don't they? We got Magic, we got Fire Lord, Bar Sinister. I mean, maybe, right? I don't know. Maybe, like, Venom is pretty insane there. Venom Arnim Zola in particular is really insane there. This might be one of those old school Venom Bar Sinister games, right? We may not need anything else. So you maybe Magic right here to have a little bit of a destroy lane there, too, as a pivot out. Oh, God. Every single time I try to have fun, dude, the game just, it doesn't want me to. Bro, I'm like really tempted, by the way. It's definitely beatable, but it just ruins their deck, dude. Like, it may actually hold anyway. I gotta do it, right? Like, the second ones start with a 9 power head start. They'd be like 18, 9, 18, 18, and 18, right? And their deck is just ruined. Like, demons are now 2 power, so Daredevil never scales. Like, you just have to do this, right? It would be wicked cool if I had a way to destroy these as well. It's like, I actually think this deck should, by the way, have, like, I had Destroyer in my initial list. It totally sucked, but it would be better than Arnim Zola, especially right now, dude. Imagine a Destroyer. Oh, my God. Yeah, and oh my God, dude. Their deck's gonna have -5 points, dude. Everything they draw is gonna be hot garbage. Oh my God, dude. 8 cards a deck with -5 points. And Magic 2 means we're actually gonna have time for them to draw that stuff. Surge at -3. That's amazing. She's trying to combat the debuffs a little here. Techno Organic, sure, that's an A. That's gonna make them like okay, right? But probably still not great. I guess you probably still go Magic, yeah. We're honestly not in a terrible spot. Like, part of me wants to just play Death right now, just for tempo. She literally doesn't resurrect anything. But you don't have a great final turn if you do that. The question is, like, if I get Venom, what am I playing? I'm playing like Sage into Venom and then Death, maybe with like a fastball or something. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just want to play the cards, right? Like, there's a lot of fun cards still. Fastball special on Absorbing Man would be pretty sweet too. So there's some pretty great outs. Kid Omega would be not maybe a total disaster, but also not great. Jane at 0, pretty funny. Techno again left. Okay, they're trying to keep Right alive, the effects for a minute, right? Fire Hair is pretty useless. Still gives you a Venom out, I guess, that's decent, but Death becomes very pointless. But Venom becomes a cool out. Fastball special too, I guess, becomes okay. Like, their deck's pretty small, so not that great anymore, but still okay. It's really just going to be a question of whether or not mid can hold here. I kind of assume it will, because how on earth would they have cards that are big enough? It would have to have been something from, like, their opening hand, for instance. Blink on the Demon turns into a Thanos at 3 power. It copies the Cable. That Destroy is great. That activates Fire Hair Quick Draw. We get a hand buff. Okay, cool. Fastball special on the Absorbing Man, too. Honestly, the Thanos is making the death pretty good. That's 13 plus 9, so you're kind of going to 30. Thanos might move, who knows? This makes Firehair again decent. She's gaining 4, and then Death is resurrecting 2 guys, a 5 power guy and a 13 power guy, and then you just hope mid holds. Yeah, wow. This game was pretty great, dude. The Novas was a funny line, but weirdly, like, Death is kind of a Thanos counter, right? The Firehair we didn't think was going to be impactful, but with the Fastball top deck, it actually becomes impactful. And then Fastball is better than Venom because you can play both. So, like, we did actually manage a little Firehair out there at the end really late, which was nice. It wasn't going to be crazy, but, you know, it might have been like a 10 plus power Firehair anyway, just drawing that late. It's pretty good. Okay, here and there, this deck, like, surprises me. It becomes not the worst deck ever, which is... I don't know. It's rare. Okay, Kid Omega's great. Death is arrived. Okay, we can work with that. We need a good 3-drop here, man. Give me the good 3-drop already for the good absorbing man. Opponent is Bucky Barnes. I am wondering if this is a robot, potentially. Could just be a, you know, a new death deck for sure, but could also be a robot. I could see a bot. Venom is too early, I think, right? So sadly, we did miss our 3-drop, which always feels really tough in this deck. If you don't hit Firehair or 3-drop, I just feel like I'm always a mile behind. I don't know. Carnage already is pretty good. Carnage doesn't really point to death, right? That's pretty risky card off death. Definitely not a bot. Okay. Just Dormammu death stuff, I bet. They already have 15 points in play left. That's crazy. Actually, so strong. Red Wolf, yeah, honestly, you know what? Let's do Red Wolf's pretty big. I can already destroy it as well. Well, no, maybe I don't want to destroy because I want to absorbing man it. No, I don't really want to absorbing man it, to be honest. No. You honestly want to fastball special it, but it just sucks because he's going to be a little smaller, right? You could also eat it and then I guess fastball special your Kid Omega. That's probably just better. So you get 2 for 1 that way. And then you could go ahead and death already. At the same time, like, why? Like, she's not that good, you know? It's just like points for points sake. You get a little bit more back off the Red Wolf, but not much. I feel like Red Wolf's just really not the guy, by the way. He just doesn't feel like he's the guy. We're gonna get that rock back, I guess, but it's debuffed, so that's kind of a bad thing, actually. The affliction here to the opponent doesn't seem that impactful. So death here, like we said, resurrecting a rock, a Red Wolf, and a Kid Omega. Oh, we're definitely going magic. Okay. That gives us a little more time to do stuff. I mean, honestly, still not that much stuff. I don't know. Without Sage or Nova, I just don't feel like I have... You know, Red Wolf's the third best pop-off in this deck, so it's just really weak right now. If you go Death, Arnim Zola, you might get the Death back, but again, just not that interesting. I want to find, like, a Sage right now. Sage Venom, maybe? Still not really that good though. Like, I just don't have anything I'm excited about. Firehair, not that interested. Like right now, this whole scenario is just kind of dead. Like we have nothing to do. I don't even have a good curve line here. I can't even eat anything with Venom. I'm absolutely certain that Arnim Zola is a terrible card in this deck, but I'm just too far deep into this to cut it now. I'm going to play Death here, and we're going to have the worst result I've ever seen. Is this a Venom? Oh my god, dude. The opponent is about to pop off with their Death. I feel like this deck, just if it doesn't hit Firehair, you're just kind of in trouble. I don't know. They're about to have the craziest Death. This Limbo is giving them so much extra juice here. It's really cool. Kid Omega comes back. He can't activate again or anything like that, so that's not helpful. If we go Firehair Venom here, actually, you get another Death. But I don't think the Red Wolf and the Kid Omega will be in the pool yet, right? Or maybe does she go one at a time? Or does she go at the end? Either way, I don't think we win, but I guess we'll see how this works. I don't know. It seems like it's going to be way too late. The opponent's about to get 1,000,000 points back because they're getting a new Dormammu. I mean, honestly, the squirrels and rocks and garbage could maybe clog them out a little bit too much. Also, they're getting a Carnage back. Couldn't the Carnage eat all their points? Carnage is just making a Spider-Man that can't move. Did they didn't even get their Dormammu back. They didn't even get their Dormammu back, right? So this kind of, like, I think we're still unfortunately going to lose. Despite how much this whiffed, right? That did, hold up. That resurrected the death, but indeed she didn't have them in the pool anymore. So I think we just lose right, unfortunately. We don't win anywhere else. Oh, also we still just lose left. Oh my God, wow. Wow, oh my God, what an absolute just, God, the opponent, honestly, both of us failed. I am just not in love with death today, guys, and games like this really showcase it because we both got, like, you know, that's not as inherently a problem with the card. Like, clearly there's probably a perfect deck that balances everything out, but it's like not easy to get it to work right, man. I've actually lost ranks today significantly. I'm having a hard time, dude. I don't know, this card, man. Oh, Red Wolf on 1. Premature quick draw elation once again. Hey, and Tarot, I know them, sort of. I know of them, I should say. I don't know if we've ever done anything together. They're a creator, fellow creator. I guess you go Nova early here, right? Yeah, for sure. Red Wolf's too far gone anyway, so. Nova right at 10. That's really good for Venom. Luna Snow, that's actually kind of fine too. I don't think it matters. Ooh, Presidium's kind of fun. Sage, already decent, honestly, but I think you go Kid Omega, Red Wolf, and I think you actually go Sage next turn, right? Yeah. You delete your Ice Cube because you don't care. Or maybe you even eat your Sage with Kid Omega, I don't know. You probably eat your Venom with Kid Omega, though. Oh, Weapon X is potentially going to get scary. Fastball special already. That's on the cube? No, I was hoping on the cube. It would get deleted if it was on the cube. So that's a little sad. It also just makes the Sage a lot worse. We lost 2 different points on the Sage here, which is crazy. Magic now? I mean, I'm still going to have a cube next turn, I guess. So you can do... Well, if you do Magic, if you do Sage now, you can do Magic Venom next turn at 6, because you'll lose your cube. Just really wish I didn't have priority, wish my Sage was bigger, wish my Red Wolf was bigger. That one fastball special just really went a long way to annoy us here. Only 4 points on the Sage kind of sucks. Muse? Summoning Ritual. Okay, that is a very large Dormammu indeed. So cube is gonna actually net me some points being gone there. That's nice. So you go Magic Venom and you delete the Venom to get some points mid, and then you, I guess, do you Absorbing Man maybe? Absorbing Man mid on the, oh no, Venom's gonna be gone, so he won't see Absorbing Man. So you need a better line. You need like a Arnim Zola or something. Well, no, even Arnim Zola won't be good because it might hit Magic instead of Kid Omega, right? I don't know what you need actually. Maybe you already play Death here? Killmonger deletes another cube. Weapon X ticks up. Fire Hair, you are late, kid. I think you do this and then just like that gives you some Venom outs with Death, right? If Venom eats some dudes, Firehair might get some extra points. It's not great though. It's really not great. There were so many better options here maybe. I don't know. This Firehair came on too late. I'm gonna stuff right so that I can maybe force cards into other spots to make that Venom a little more likely, but are they turning off Limbo? Oh no, they're not. They're not turning off Limbo. They're not. Nico didn't go mid here, did it? No. Oh my God, if they turned off Limbo, we would have been so cooked. So cooked. Dormammu left is awfully scary though. Fastball special Absorbing Man then becomes a Death, which could be relevant off of a yeah, but you probably still just fastball special fist bumps, by the way. You probably still just fastball special the Kid Omega because it's more total points, right? You just care more about points here Resurrecting an Absorbing Man doesn't even, it would be a death, but that's, I don't think that even works. I think there's still, you're just in that one death pool or whatever. Death! The death! Theirs is, I don't know how good it is. I like the idea of bringing back a bunch of, yeah, not actually very good. Yeah, we're just gonna win here kind of just on this. We don't even need the resurrects here, man. Yeah. Cassandra Nova's gonna be pretty tiny, honestly. Red Wolf is literally, oh my god, Red Wolf is garbage because my hand is empty. And then Sage is a little overkill, right? But I guess fine. Venom did actually win left, though. Venom came back and won left. The fast forwarding is really stealing a lot of the fun of death. I never know what's happening. It's like, yeah, I mean, honestly, pretty good game. 27, 21, and 40 is pretty nice. And it's really more than 21 because it was actually, you know, this is basically a 40-point location as well. So it was 40, 40, and 27. It's pretty great. Firehair and Absorbing Man were just literally dumb bodies this game too. Like they just kind of totally whiffed. That was a good win, man. This deck is just all over the place for me. It's losing a lot, but then when it wins, it feels pretty great. It's just like one of those decks that has to line up well, I think, and it doesn't line up well all that often, sort of thing. Red Wolf on turn 1. Classic quick draw, premature quick draw ulation here. Every game, I swear to God. Can't seem to finish a game without quick drawing too soon. A lot of guys know this pain. Kid Omega's just better than I think, right? Genosha we could use to some cool extent, right? Like, I don't know, play a Red Wolf and a Cassandra Nova there, right? Whatever it is. Cassandra Nova is just normal sized here, but that's okay. Cassandra Nova, did we destroy her yet? No, we have fastball special, so we don't need to. We can go Firehair right, I guess. And then, yeah, Firehair, Red Wolf next turn. I guess you could go Red Wolf already on the Kid Omega. I don't have a Sage or anything right now, or a Venom to get more points out of it, so it's probably okay. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna get destroyed anyway is the thing. Like, you know, like it's just gonna go away regardless. I will say, like, if I go, I could go. Well, you don't really want to go Death next turn yet, right? So how are you gonna use the Arnim Zola here? I don't know. Magic would sure change this game a lot right now. If Kid Omega destroys Death, does she resurrect herself? We saw that a Venom resurrected mid-cycle, but I don't think so, because this is... I don't think she will, but I'm actually really curious to know that now. I'm going to sit on the Kid Omega, because we know Red Wolf gets destroyed for free by Genosha, so I don't know what we're going to use the Kid Omega on, but I just don't think it's time yet. I also think Red Wolf's just not great for this deck, for the record. Good head pull, but we set it to 0 with Cassandra Nova, so that's like a nice little, you know, it's really gonna slow it down. It's gonna go to 1 off head pull, but it's only gonna be at 1 instead of 3 or whatever. So, hey, Absorbing Man, that's gonna destroy both of those. Then maybe I Kid Omega the Absorbing Man then, eh? Oh no, that doesn't work, because then they won't get destroyed. Yeah, I'm just kind of wasting the Kid Omega. I guess we are maybe literally going to use it on Death. I don't know. Does this have quick draw? It should buff the hand, right? I think. Does it work that way? We're learning something new. It does work that way, yeah. It copies its text, so I would expect it to, unless the, like, quick draw check happens at a different stage or whatever. Wow, even the Agony debuff in the Cassandra Nova making a big impact here. Dude, we've really limited this Deadpool a ton. That's super cool. That guy would be way bigger right now if not for that. They are getting another head pull buff, though, and that's pretty great for them. Lots of extra energy here, too, is kind of scary. They just don't have much of a deck left, so the Cassandra Nova hits here aren't great for Firehair. She's just not that crazy. Sage Fastball Special better for us. Just like no way Arnim Zola is better, right? I don't know, man. We're only getting back 6 and 4, which is really going to be 7 and 9. Like, I don't don't know how this works, but I'm going to try it and see if Death resurrects herself here. I don't think she will off Kid Omega, even though she does if Venom eats her mid-summon, I think is what happened, although it fast-forwarded, so I don't know for sure. But it would be pretty cool if she did. I just think that this is going to happen after she fully resolves, so now we're overcommitted right here is the problem, maybe. Although they did play a lot of cards right, so I guess we're about to... Oh, I didn't even think about the Fire Hair resurrecting her! That wasn't even the plan, but it's so sick! Oh, we lose a tiebreaker by the idiot amount of points! God dang it, if the Fire Hair just summoned the Death mid, we win the game! If anything goes mid, we win the game. 39-18 versus 38-15 is the craziest, like so close for such random point distributions. This deck's driving me crazy, dude. I hate cards like this that just summon randomly. I didn't even think about the Fire Hair triggering the Death and summoning the Death. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. That's cool, but I didn't even plan it. I was just thinking, because... Oh, man. Oh, my God. Just literally anywhere, dude. Oh, my God. This deck's... I'm losing my mind playing this, guys. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Bar with no name. Oh, God. That's just a disaster for Death. I mean... I guess we got magic maybe to turn that off because Death is going to get murdered there. Mojo World also not great for Death because God knows if we're going to get the points or not. Can I get a Red Wolf one time? No, but Kid Omega I'll take. That's okay. I'm actually not going to be mad about Kid Omega. So Cassandra Nova is normal size, but I'll still, of course, play that on 3. We've got a pretty good... oh, well... I guess you still Kid Omega the Venom here. I don't know, man. I really wish he wasn't mid, but they started playing mid, so now your Sage wants to go mid, right? And then Venom's also just so bad at Mojo World. Like, Negative Zone's so bad for Venom though. Like Negative Zone Partho, like, yeah, dude, it's shockingly hard to get anything to connect in this deck, but this is a really good Sage for once. I will say that. Do I get a magic? No. I also can't quite Venom. Now, what happens if you do this? I honestly have no idea, but I'm super annoyed that I can't. Like, I just can't play Death this game, right? It makes no sense. I actually can't play Venom either. I'm just so tilted. I think you just play Absorbing Man, right? And I think you do Kid Omega it, actually. Yeah, I think you do, because that gives you space. But you still can't play Death. Because Death will resurrect the Absorbing Man potentially left and just lose you left. This is just about condensing points mid. That's the only goal here, is just getting more points. I need like a Fire Lord or some garbage. I don't even know, right? Iska is -1 right now, so they actually have to commit more. Oh, no, she still flips. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, in theory, Death would be the play here. And you just win Mojo World and you win right with Absorbing Man. But do you take that 50-50? Because otherwise you're playing Red Wolf. Like, do you trust Red Wolf to hold mid and win you a tiebreaker, right? That's the next question. Because Red Wolf is, how many points? Well, 5 points. You go to 38. I do kind of trust that. I'm just really, really sad that I'm not playing Death because it's the new card day and I just want to play Death. We're just going to play for the 50-50, guys. I don't care. I will lose yet another game today, but it's okay. You guys are just going to watch me lose a lot of games today. Come on, Death. Be a bro. Yes! Yes! Does 41 hold? It does, I think. 10 range is pretty good, but unless it's upgraded. No, not upgraded. Absorbing Man also holds. Yes! Death! We didn't need the Absorbing Man. We would have won a tiebreaker anyway, but, you know, this was the maximum amount of possible points. Also, like, it does make Death look kind of good, by the way. Like, let's not sleep on the fact that Death summoned a 17 power card, and she is an 8. So she was basically a 25 power card for 5, right? A 525, like, let's be clear, is really good. It's not like the crazy Death, but because Absorbing Man was able to scale those points already into Kid Omega, right? Like, you just created like chains of points, basically. Just really securing and locking in all those points permanently does go a long way. I swear to God, does he have Quicksilver's text? I'm losing my mind on the Red Wolf, dude. I already think he's pretty bad. I just needed some kind of cheap on reveal, and I wanted to run a new one because I've barely played any Red Wolf. Although as soon as that Red Hulk card comes out, we're going to make another red deck with all the red cards. There's so many cards named red now. It's crazy. Great Web's really not a big issue. I guess I would technically prefer Kid Omega and is a little separate from our other guys, but not a big deal. Totally fine. Nova's a good 3. Sage is a fine 4. Then you're looking for Venom. You go like Venom, Red Wolf, maybe. Again, because of Great Web, I think just go ahead and lean in. They're going to start playing cards there anyway, so it's going to be hard to dodge. Oh, Savage Land could change that, though. You could maybe have a scenario where like a Nova gets stuck now. Let's go Nova Absorbing Man for that curve. That's way better. This would be a good turn 5, too, but you're only going to have one guy that's good for Death. You do Absorbing Man, I guess, maybe, since he's got the highest base stats. In other words, if I don't commit to any kind of real removal... What was this 5? This says they have 6 cards in deck. Oh, a skill. They have a skill in deck, eh? Yeah. Well, now you have Sage Fastball Special possibilities. It's a pretty good turn 5 into Death on 6. Which would mean you want to Kid Omega now, probably. You're going to 9. Then you go Sage Fastball Special. Yeah, Sage left looks pretty good, I guess. Although, well, yeah, Angela's going up, so it'll be pretty good. I guess Raptor and Kid Omega are going to be different now, too, which is nice. So, yeah, Sage Fastball left, and then you go Death and just hope for the best. I mean, yeah. It's not insane, but it's cool. It's fine. I don't think we would... Maybe we pivot with Magic. I'd have to think about it. I don't know. This kind of deck can be scary with a lot of Venus time, though. Is Sage actually going to be big enough for the Kid Omega? You're getting 1 trigger, 2, 3, 4. She's only going to go to 8. Oh, Kid Omega is too big. So maybe you go here instead then, I guess. But Jeff might move. Then she'd only have 2. She would only go to 4. I unfortunately have priority despite the fact that we're at a dead even tie, which is crazy for this stage of the game. Shoot, priority really, really sucks for Sage. That's super annoying. Man. There's no way Jeff moves here. It really, really sucks that I got priority, man. That is brutal. If the Jeff stays, which I guess it probably will, this is still 6, so I think you gotta go mid, but I'm just really annoyed that I got priority because this could be so much bigger. Like, that's a really tough 50-50 flip. Jeff debuffed. I mean, it's still a good death res for sure. We should probably lose priority this turn, maybe, right? I don't know, though. We might win Baxter Building, so maybe not. Zombie Horde's great. Zombie Mr. Fantastic is gonna be great. Oh, we're definitely losing priority. Okay. Might even lose Nova. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know, guys. Jeff can move. He can go left or right. Great Web's weird. This Death is 2 guys. An Absorbing Man Cassandra Nova that's gonna go to 12, and a Sage that's just some unknown amount. I mean, it's just toss it up to Death and pray. You just never know, dude. You just never know. It's so hard to and Great Web too, you never know. I just don't know. You really, really, really want to win Baxter Building in a game that's this close and a little bit unpredictable on points. I mean, opponent, I don't really know exactly what's going to hit. It doesn't look like Aurora. It doesn't really look like a full-on zombie deck either. So, you know, it's like Kitty Pryde plus Shulao, maybe. Thanos actually is fine if he destroys a card. For once, it's totally okay. I mean, it's not the most exciting guy, but he's coming back. would have preferred a Nova get hit. The Raptors kind of screwed us here a little bit. It is a little more zombie hoarded than I expected. Are we gonna just kind of win mid by playing death? Wait a minute. That's a good sign, but I need a hit. I need a good hit somewhere else, right? It's gotta be right, probably. That's enough right there. That's good. Oh no, it's not enough. That's enough. Oh my God, it was not enough. Oh no, Sage, is that okay? That's okay too. Yeah, we're fine. Oh God, this game was just not great. Not perfect. 18 power Sage though, holding it down, man. The late Sage is really good for sure. The Novas just got kind of cooked, honestly. They're just, I don't know. They're like probably your best bet still, but no fire hair games are tough, dude. And you just barely ever get fire hair, to be honest. It's really hard to hit that line, so it's all tough, to be honest. It's just tough.